Golden Andes Comedy Club, Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Wednesday night, who's ready to have a good time? Oh, come on, we can do a little better than that. Wednesday night, make some noise! Couple quick announcements before we get the show started. Please set those cell phones to the silent or off position. Keep that table talk to an absolute minimum. And no heckling the comedians or you will be asked to leave. With that out of the way, give it up for all the comedians you get to see on the program tonight! And now, please help me welcome to the stage your host and MC, the very funny, the very talented, Alex Taylor!
I think I'm about to get shot. Hold on. There it is! Fuck yeah! Where are your hands at? Put them together. All right, you guys can do better than that. Where are your hands at? Over here. Let's hear it. Perfect. All right, we're here. Isn't this great, guys? The lights are on. You guys can see how beautiful I am. All right, let's get into it. You guys can see me. This is great. You guys can also see I'm light-skinned. Can you guys tell? Or could you tell when it was blinking? Don't stare. It's okay. I'm light-skinned. I am light-skinned. So is the girl that he likes. I am light-skinned. And it's cool. It's cool except for sometimes when a white woman goes on vacation. Because the first thing they do when they get back, the white girl goes like, hey, put your arm next to mine. Put your arm next. I'm darker than you. Without fail, every single time. And that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. I wish it was, though. Like, I'd love to go to Put in Bay and come back a white bitch, you know what I mean? Are they trying to test if I'm epileptic up here? I don't... You're next, by the way. Like, they're just gonna flash this in your eyes? All right. No, I sometimes it's fun being light-skinned, but other times, like, most people always ask, like, what I'm mixed with. You get this, don't you? Yeah? This whole table of brown people? I always get asked what I'm mixed with, like I'm a fucking, like, daiquiri from the Cheesecake Factory. Without fail, all the damn time. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys can also tell I'm, from my voice, I date white women. I'm just trying to keep the heritage of my father alive. I'm currently dating a white woman, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, except the other day we got into a pretty big argument. She was telling me like how she doesn't want me to have my phone at the dinner table. Yeah, it was kind of weird. She's like, I don't want your phone at the dinner table because I want everything to be vintage, man. I want us to be real old-fashioned. I want to have a relationship like we're in the 60s. And I was like, that's a great idea because I want to sit at separate tables than you. Anybody here smoke weed? Huh? Do you? You smoke weed. There it is. He's fucking laughing. Fuck yeah, dude. He smokes weed. I hate weed, dude. I fucking hate weed. I hate weed. And I hate when people tell me, well, why you hate weed? Have you tried sativa? No, nigga. Like, I hate weed. That's like walking up to a slave and going, well, have you tried inside the house? Just looking it up. This is great. Isn't this fun, guys? This is a fun show. I don't smoke weed, but I do have exceptions. Like the last time I smoked weed, I was with this girl, and usually what I do is I just take a little puff and I blow it out, right? But every time I take a hit of this, she go like, yes, and start twerking a little bit. Ma'am, I was high as fuck. I was high as fuck. Couldn't control myself. But what happens with most people when they smoke weed and they don't like it, I get paranoid. I get super paranoid, and this lady looks at me and goes like, hey, I'm actually gonna invite my friend over. We're all gonna smoke together, and he's really cool. And at that point, I was like, this man's coming to fucking murder me. This guy is an assassin trained to kill me. And he showed up, and he didn't kill me. Actually really cool. Believe it or not, aspiring rapper, proceeded to show me all of his raps. And at that point, I was just like, please fucking murder me. Just get it out the way. Speaking of weed, I used to work at Taco Bell. I worked at Taco Bell for about 4 or 5 years of my life, and best job of my life, and it's not even really close. It was such a great job. It was such a great job, except for any time you tell someone that you work at Taco Bell, everybody always asks you, what's in the beef? What's in the beef? Cow, bitch. Like, what? What's in the beef? You don't have to be worried about what's in the beef. You need to be worried about what's in the people making the beef. That's what you need to be worried about. While I worked there, we had not 1, not 2, but 3 managers overdose in the bathroom. And each time, we all looked at each other and was like, we should try the Baja Blast. We should just see if it wakes it up. I also worked in loss prevention for a few years. If you guys know what, anybody's ever heard of loss prevention? Yeah? Hell yeah, white dude in the back. I worked in loss prevention for a few years, and that was fun because it was my big ass guarding a multi-billion-dollar company from 12-year-olds with shitty moms. That's what it was. I guarded Calvin Klein underwear with my life. You're just a security guard, that's it. But the basis of the job is you sit in a back room for like 4 to 8 hours out of the day. You just sit in this closet with some guy, right? It was just me and this white guy in this back room, in this closet for 8 hours with these screens on, and we couldn't even kiss. And what's the point of the screens being on, right? All right, look, that was good enough, but you guys need to laugh a lot louder when all your friends come up here, right? We're gonna do that? All right, keep your hands together, all right? Give it up for all your friends that are here. Give it up for the wait staff. All right, you got the exits over here on both sides. You got the bathroom in the back, out the way you guys came in. You guys ready to have a good show? All right, keep your hands together. Give it up for the very funny Spencer Hettingfield.
Keep it going for Alex, everybody. I am very excited to be here. I'm looking around. I do have to apologize. I think I might be a tad overdressed, but they say that you should dress for the job you want, and I want to be a game show host for Nickelodeon. That's the vibe I'm going for. Maybe that or a used toy car salesman, I think would be good for me. I recently made the mistake of coming out to my family that I do comedy, and they just don't get it. They don't understand what I'm trying to do up here. They look at me and they're like, oh, like, are you trying to be the next John Mulaney? No, I'm trying to be the next Steve Harvey. I mean, I think I've got it down. I don't have a mustache, but I think it's very, very close. I want to follow his arc. You know, you start off as a stand-up comedian. You got Family Feud. I, too, am exacerbated anytime somebody yells penis. I think we have that in common. And then apparently he's a judge now, apparently. So I think after that, it's going to be President Steve Harvey. So that is the main thing that I'm excited for. I'm happy just to be out of the house for any reason. So I live in Cincinnati, and I live in kind of a rough area called Cincinnati. And we had a break-in the middle of the night. Some homeless guy broke into our house, and he took a shower. So it could have been worse, I'll admit. But it was very surreal to wake up and see some dripping wet, half-naked guy on the couch and going, "Oh, who do you know here?" Thought maybe it was one of my roommate's more disheveled friends, and he says, "Oh, I know lots of people." All right, that one's on me. Gotta be more specific. How did you get in here? What are you doing here? And he goes, "Oh, I was just going door to door. I just needed a place to stay." Credit where credit is due. Very transparent about his intentions. I respect that. Not knowing what to do next, I bang on my roommate's door, and he opens it up, and I go, "Hey, there's just some like dripping wet, half-naked guy outside my room. I have no idea what to do." And he goes, "Nice." And I had to clarify. I said, no, not like that. I think it's just some homeless guy. Like, I'm pretty sure some homeless guy broke into our house. What are we supposed to do? And he goes, "Okay, two things. Let's calm down. First of all, he's an unhoused individual." Okay, homeless guy, really? That is so dehumanizing. Second of all, let me grab my gun. So, we're creeping down the stairs, and he leans to me, my roommate, and he goes, Did you ask the guy to leave?" And I said, "No. I don't know what standard protocol is supposed to be here." So my roommate yells out, hey man, can you please leave?" After a brief pause, the guy goes, "Yeah, I'll leave." And then he left. It's an underwhelming end to the story, I'll be the first to admit, but it's actually happened to me, so what are you gonna do? The homeless, notoriously bad at improv comedy. We were walking around the house to see if he had taken anything. It was literally just a shower. He came in through the kitchen, he didn't even have a snack. That hurt my feelings. Like, he's too good for store brand cereal. But yeah, the only things that he used my towel, and he used my razor blade, and is it bad if I haven't thrown those out yet? Because those Gillettes can get awfully pricey. So, all right, so I feel like this has gone pretty decently. I'm gonna take a risk it all. These are some new things in the notebook. I wanna see if any of this might work out. So we're gonna find out together. Let's see, what do we have here? Do you ever get a blowjob so good you have to wipe your ass afterwards? God, I miss her so much. Do you ever, okay, let's just keep going. My biggest sexual fantasy, I want somebody to stomp on my cock like it's the eye in the Pixar logo. Am I actually bi-curious, or am I just horny and alone? That one's not written down. But you guys were fantastic. Please keep it going. Thank you so much. Coming to the stage, the extremely funny Blake Hammond, everybody.
Hey, one more time for Spencer, huh? That was great. I love Spencer. He looks like a mannequin at fucking Boys Warehouse. You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee. That was making me laugh a lot over there. I don't think Trojan's a good name for a condom. Do they even know the Trojan horse story? Are you saying this condom's gonna break open in the middle of the night and let hundreds of men out? That doesn't really seem. Like, plus, if you're gonna name a condom after war shit, there's like so many better options. You know what I mean? You can name it like Afghanistan condoms for when you're bad at pulling out. Like, it's so easy. Vietnam condoms when you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Like, it's so easy to do. All right, good. Can't get a smile out of this motherfucker, but that's fine. I'm okay with it. You guys look like a college brochure. That's a cool table. I like that. Very inclusive of your friend group. You guys got paired together for sure. Yeah, that's what happened. I have a friend that is a gay guy and also a magician. Don't laugh at his existence. It's not cool. And listen, I think gay people should have every right that everyone else has in this country, but I don't think magicians should. I don't, man. Because listen, people are born gay. Nobody's born a magician. Nobody comes out of the womb like, ta-da! And if they do, they're probably gay. But, dude, I went to a show recently. I went to a show, and at it, he sawed a lady in half, and I was like, dude, we get it. You don't like women. Like, I understand. Okay, you guys are getting weird about this joke. That's crazy. I can't think of a sillier premise than a gay magician. I'm gonna do the rest of it though. You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop me. No Smiles McGee and you guys are not gonna stop me from doing this joke. I don't think magicians should be in the military. Like, they should bring back Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but for magicians, you know? You can call it like, now you see me, now you don't. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Okay, see, I got some of you on that one. That's good. It's a good joke if you're not the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. All right, so this is the last thing that I wanted to work on. A lot of people say video games cause violence. I don't think that's true at all. You know, if video games influenced me, I'd be a fucking Italian plumber right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be a super fast hedgehog. But if video games don't cause violence, this is how I know. Because the first time I had sex in a video game and the first time I had sex in real life were like way different experiences. First time I had sex in a video game was in Grand Theft Auto. I picked up a lady of the night, and then I had sex with her in my car. And then I shot her in the head and took my money. But the first time I had sex in real life, I just paid her. So there's no violence. I didn't kill a woman until way later. Like, that was like, had nothing to do with it. Shut up, you pussies. All right, that's it for me. Thanks, guys. That was good. Up next, everybody, gotta give it up for Dan Ballard, everybody!
Oh, I got it all fucked up already. Okay. I had plans for what I was going to talk about tonight. But today is a special anniversary today. The last time I ever pursued a romantic relationship. It was a long time ago, pre-COVID, so naturally I was skinnier, happier, wealthier, slightly. Anyway, I met this girl on, you guessed it, Tinder. I was desperate and I was lonely. Red flag number one. Talked to each other on and off for a month, and you know, it was going good. I thought, ignoring every red flag in existence to me. Red flag number one. Liberal arts major. That's just a personal preference. No, red flag number two. She said to me, confessed to me one night, she lived an alternative lifestyle. And I was like, I understand. I know what it's like. Not knowing what the hell I was telling. I just thought it was, you know, my girl shit, you know, like, ha, I put creamer in my coffee first. I'm such a Virgo. It was not that, as I would later find out. So we decided to meet face to face for once. At a little place in UC called Mr. Sushi. Yeah, it's not that good. Anyway, I noticed the table we sat at was for 4 people. I was like, I ain't paid for no one but me. Anyway, sat down, we talked. All of a sudden, another girl enters. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. I thought it was double date. And then they hugged and kissed. I was like, oh, yes! Something's happening and it's good for me. I was happy. But then the boot fell. I noticed the water on the table started to ripple, like out of Jurassic Park. I was like, that's not normal. All of a sudden I hear in a voice like from some fucking demon movie. Hey. Oh. Hey. Big ass Samoan man just staring down at me, smiling at me. He's like, my name's Jamie. My first thought, fuck named the guy Jamie. Second thought, what the fuck did you come out from? You're wider than you were taller. What the fuck? But then I calmed down and was like, okay, it's just a double date. Poor girl, it's gonna be like a banana going in a hamster. To each his own, to each his own. But then this happened. He hugs me. He envelops my entire body into himself. I was like, where's the light? I can't see. And cups my cheeks, both of them, with one hand. I was like, oh, what's going on? What did I sign up for? We separate, thank God. And it explained to me they are in what's known as a pod. I was like, what the fuck, is that a plant? Apparently, a term for open relationship. That's the alternative lifestyle. I was like, fuck, should have paid more attention. Let's focus on other aspects of the relationship. Anyway, now externally, I was cool because I had to say for one thing, my food. Fucking hungry, man. It was a volcano roll. You know that shit's good. So I was like, okay, I got like 30 minutes, give or take, leave a tip, all that fun crap. Just got to get through. Because there was no way in hell I could find a way out of this. So as they're explaining to me, various thoughts enter my mind. First thought was, oh my God, holy moly. Second was, nah, it could never work. Not even with the lights off. Be focusing on the front, all of a sudden behind me is like, hey! Back up, buddy, that's exit only. I'm assuming they said other stuff. I was just ignoring whatever the hell they were saying. Probably stuff about, what's gonna happen, but now I can tea. So, throughout this entire conversation, I'm trying to find excuses of how to get out, because my food had arrived, I'd eaten it, wasn't gonna pay for it, It was only like $8. Shut up. Finally, a Hail Mary appears. Somebody calls me. I was like, oh, I gotta take this call. My mom's in the hospital. They were gonna let me know if she was all right. It wasn't, it was my D&D group. And I walked out, never to look back. Still haven't been back to Mr. Sushi. Still haven't been back to Tinder. So anyway, that was my therapy session for you all. Glad you could enjoy it. Now, introducing the wonderful, the magical Nolan Krieger. Hope I pronounced that right.
Thank you so much. Keep it going, go bananas. Keep it going for Dan. What's going on, y'all? My name is Nolan Krieger. I'm from Yellow Springs, Ohio, and my pronouns are she, they, because I have trouble with commitment. I don't want to choose. Some days I want to be more masculine. Some days I want to be more feminine. It's like that old song, like I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll. Sometimes I want to be top, sometimes I want to be bottom. All right, this side of the room passes the vibe check. All right, good. All right, you guys, do we not like that joke or do we not get that joke? All right, turn off safe search, call me in the morning. All right. Honestly, I feel a little bit like a poser calling myself non-binary and not looking more androgynous. But I'm not trying to start paying for weed, so I'm gonna keep some things the same. I think it's weird that we live in a world where people are still caught up on the idea of a binary. Because everything we know about biology and psychology, it's a spectrum. We're making it all up anyways. It's all just fashion. I was talking to a guy one time, and soon as I said non-binary, he lost it. I saw his little peanut brain just crack in half. And I was just like, he had that look. He's like, you're gonna ask me a stupid question, aren't you? You're gonna just ask the question, sir. What is it you want to ask? And he's like, well, so what were you at birth? like dressing like in men's clothing. I listen to like a lot of like guy rock and roll, and like a lot of dudes, I have no idea how to talk to women. Y'all bitches scare me. Or just or the San Francisco accent over there. Fair. The rest of the set is for these three people right here. Fantastic. High school was hard. Puberty, definitely. Because everybody was going at different, levels, and I wasn't developing at the same rate as everybody else. Like all the other girls, they were blossoming, and I didn't. It's kind of like they all got their boobs off of Amazon, and I got mine off of Wish. Do you approve of that joke, sir? I'm assuming you're sir, yes. I thought about getting a boob job, gender-affirming care, and it scares me, guys. I don't know. I don't like going to the doctor. Like, I should probably go get a root canal, but I'll probably just kill myself. It's cheaper. But it's like if I'm gonna do something so drastic to my body, like I should make it interesting, right? Like what if I made him square? Go for a whole like retro Laura Croft vibe. Try. That's it. Okay. All right. We're crowdsourcing my boob job ideas. I like this. Thought I might get like a little stash pocket from a weed. It's always a good one. Fidget spinner. That's cool. That's cool. I found that there's definitely some advantages to being on the A team. Okay. All right. Everybody's over the age of 30 here. Good to know. Right. Like for starters, like I don't have to wear a bra when I go jogging. That's great. I'm never gonna have to worry about them sagging. Weird flex, I know. Okay. And whenever I post a topless photo on Facebook, I never get flagged for nudity. Y'all, thank you so much. I've been Nolan Krieger. I'm gonna keep that energy going for our next comedian, the very funny Chris Weir.
Another round of applause for Nolan, everybody. Nolan Krieger. Super funny. I think it was the name and also the outfit, but she kind of reminded me of like Freddy Krueger if instead of being a serial killer that molested kids, who was just like an art teacher that also molested kids. That was the vibe that I got. He was ringing out. This happened. I was leaving a comedy club after a show. It was late at night. I was walking out the back to go to my car. There was just like parked on this street. So I'm going to walk out back in this dark alleyway late at night, and like a couple like establishments ahead of the club, there was this bar, and this young woman leaves the bar. She walks down like the same alleyway that I am, so she's like 30 feet ahead of me. And so I don't want her to feel uncomfortable that like I'm just walking behind her and it's late at night, just some random dude. So I decided to do this. I decided to take out my keys and go to hit my key fob so that like my car goes off, so that she sees I'm just walking to my car. But instead, I accidentally hit the trunk button. She noticed. As soon as she got parallel with my car, my trunk pops open. She freaks out. I try to calm her down by going, "You're fine! Don't you run!" So she panics, I panic. The lady I had tied up in my trunk, she panics. It was a real situation, you guys. Does anyone else remember presidential fitness test growing up? Yeah, a little bit. That's odd amount of enthusiasm for something that terrified me. Like I was a husky boy growing up. That's what we called fat fucks. Growing up.
I was a kid and I had man tits. Even as a child, man tits. I had chest hair. I mean, I had like a necklace that had my union number on it. It was tough. But like those, I was out of shape. So like the fitness test used to like get me anxious and worried. One, because I was out of shape, but also I honestly thought all that information went directly to the president. That is way too much pressure to have on the shoulders of a child, right? You're waking up thinking, man, I gotta learn algebra and the president's gonna find out I can't do a chin-up. This fucking sucks, dude. Like he's really getting up, like going all over his briefings. He's looking at all my stats, being like, come on, you little fat fuck, I need this. I did find this out recently, that for the first time in years, the average obesity rate for students has dropped, which is pretty cool. And they're attributing this to how frequently kids now are running active shooter drills. So that's something that's not fun to say in a comedy club. Haven't formed it to a joke yet, mostly just a stat at this point. I don't understand that people are like upset about kids, like they're not learning cursive. They're not learning a handwriting that's illegible to teachers. What's going on? It's like, yeah, well, they're learning a bunch of other stuff, like hallway schematics. And how to tie tourniquets, which is kind of like cursive when you think about it. You know, it kind of loops around and doesn't spell Bobby, but it could save him. I do think that if you want to run for Congress in this country, you should have to pass a presidential fitness test. Right? There we go. Pointing out the obvious. Because I think that would rule out like all of them. Right? And I think like that's what probably like happened to like Mitch McConnell recently when he just like blacked out. He just thought of a push-up and shit himself to death. Right? He's up there just like I made turtle soup in my pants. All right, that's just gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks a lot, I appreciate it. All right, keep that going for next comic. Very funny. Gretchen Cox, everybody.
Hey, folks, let's keep it going for the comedians tonight. I hope you're having a good time. I was in such a hurry to get up here, I stubbed my toe. I get so mad when I stub my toes. Like, I just want to kick that thing, but I already did. So, when I recently became single, not long ago, joined the dating scene, my girlfriends took me out and they were like, Gretchen, we got to get you one of these. We all have these. They're vibrating keychains. You're gonna need it. And I don't know if the girls, I don't know how they do it. I can't get anything done now, because I don't know how they do it. I mean, the hardest part for me is now with my vibrating keychain, I can't get my doors open. Everybody wants to borrow my car now. Take the keys. Everybody always asks me, Nolan, they want to know, Gretchen, are you gay? And I don't know. I don't know. I know I could help you build a deck. I'm dating a guy who we go boating, and I know this about boating now. Boaters sit on their boats and go, look at this dickhead. Oh, where's this dickhead going? And then the other half of the time, you're thinking, oh shit, am I the dickhead? Are we in the way? Do we need bumpers out? Is there an anchor? What are we? It's tricky. A lot to it. I don't know. I'm done dating. I like this guy a lot. I do. I mean, I had some good times being single. I made out with a guy from the band The Scorpions, or from Newport. And they're not all that smart. Like this, I told somebody I collected vinyl, and they bought me a shower curtain. I have an ex who can tell you how long it takes light to get to Saturn, but he can't order it Fridays. Not his fault. I got the dog in the breakup, that's always good. I got the dog in the breakup, but found out later, tried to have somebody over to my place, and the dog started barking and, just going crazy, and that's when I remembered she's a mix. She's a blocker spaniel. Full-blooded mix. A lot of block on that side. So I'm trying to come up with some hobbies and stay healthy, because apparently drinking is not a hobby, even if you're good at it. Can be a sport, though. I like billiards a lot. Anybody like billiards in here? Yeah. Yeah, that's a real sport. Yeah, it's a hobby. Ping pong's a hobby too, but ping pong's what it is, I mean, if they want it to be real, they should make you look for the ball behind a washing machine. So, but I don't know. I started roller skating, so I make some friends and get in shape. And so now I feel great. I'm in good shape, I think, and I'm friends with a bunch of 5th graders. And I don't know, and then I guess I don't have a lot of time, so I just want to say thank you guys for all laughing, and I hope you're having a good time, for real. I just want to tell you how I ruined my birthday. Yeah, apparently 1 month after Valentine's Day is now Steak and BJ Day. That was my birthday. It's not so bad, but my friends keep forgetting, and they go, "Hey, happy birthday, Gretchen. Weren't you born on Dick and Balls Day?" No, I was born on Teabag Day. Thanks. Whatever. All right, thank you. That's my time. All right, everybody give it up for the very, very funny Justin Seymour.
Well, thank you all for that incredible sitting ovation. That was great. How's everybody doing? You guys drinking tonight? Drinking? Yeah. That's good. No drinking for you, man. Gosh. I can't drink. I'm getting to an age where I can't drink as much anymore, it just gives me diarrhea now. Or some people call it a gay period. I don't know. I wouldn't call it that, but some people do, And I actually I drank too much the other day, and I was sitting there on the toilet, and I was Googling my symptoms of my diarrhea. You guys ever do that? Google your symptoms? I was Googling, and I learned something about diarrhea that I didn't know. I learned that diarrhea is the 2nd biggest cause of death globally. Isn't that terrible? I mean, it's awful, right? But how awesome is it that it's number 2, though? That's... All right, it's a shitty joke. Moving on. Here we go. I've been doing comedy for a while. I really like doing it. I think it's probably the best job in the world. Well, I don't know if it's the best job in the world, but it's better than my last job for sure, right? Because my last job was just really, really dangerous. I could have literally been shot every day I went into work because I was a high school teacher. And it's time for my school shooting material now, all right? Look, a lot of people don't know, if you're a teacher in this country, you are 24% more likely to be shot on the job than a cop, according to a statistic that I made up for this joke, so... Still sounds true though, right? Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy how much I had to think about being shot at my job, I was always doing some kind of training or drill or something, This is actually what I would do on the first day of school just to prepare for a shooter every year. I'd go into my class, and I would look at every single student and think, all right, which one of these kids would make the best human shield? You know what I mean? Pro tip, that's why you put the fat kids in the front row. Chris would have been front and center. Can't pass the presidential fitness test, that's where you're at, right there. I'm glad you guys like that joke, Child Protective Services. Not so much. Any teachers in the audience tonight? We got anybody? None, zero, just me. Give some teachers the love. If you meet a teacher, you know a teacher, give them some love. It's a very hard job to do, especially these days. We've got modern problems in schools that we've never had before. You know, young teachers, they can kind of manage it, you know, with all this new stuff going on. But the old teachers, they're very confused at what's going on right now. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, vaping is a huge problem in schools. Every kid's vaping these days. Such a big problem. We'd have a staff meeting, and they explained to all the teachers that the kids are bringing these little devices to class. They're even plugging them into their computer to charge them up, and then they're taking them to the bathroom, and they're smoking them. After the meeting was over, the oldest teacher in our building, been there 35 years, comes up to me and he goes, hey, so these kids are smoking the internet now? What's going on? Smoking the internet? No, dude, it's just a little device that they have, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You ever just give up trying to explain technology to old people? You ever do that? Eventually I just caved in. I was like, yeah, they go to the bathroom, they smoke a pack of porn hubs, and then they come back to class. That's what it is. Yeah, you nailed it, buddy. You got it. You got it. We got all these modern problems, man. Kids can't focus or pay attention anymore because they got all this technology and their vapes. They can't pay attention, you know? Which is why I've been saying for years, we need to create a place for kids to go in the summer where they can learn the techniques to focus, pay attention, concentrate, you know? Maybe like a camp where they can learn to concentrate, like a concentration camp or something, you know? We should send kids to concentration camp. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end on this tonight, guys. After being a teacher for 8 years, I've decided I don't want any kids, so I decided to get a vasectomy last year. It was a big deal for me, getting a vasectomy, you know? And I went in, the doctor, it's a weird experience. The doctor made me do a sperm count test first, you know? And so we got my results back, and he calls me, and he goes, Justin, come in here real quick. He goes, hey, I'm reading the results of your test, and you have the highest sperm count I have ever seen. I mean, it is off the charts high. I've never seen a sperm count this high. So I took the results home to my girlfriend, and that's when she became really supportive of me getting a vasectomy. Not because she wanted to get off the pill or anything. Ladies, you know how it is. She just didn't want to have to chew before she swallows, you know? Are you guys picturing it? Is that? I got 2 words before I get out of here, guys. Cottage cheese. All right. I'm going to bring up your next comic. Thank you guys for being a great crowd. Please welcome the very funny Bailey Burton. Keep it going. Keep it going for us.
Hello, Go Bananas! Anyone single tonight? All right. Well, I just saw that the room temperature is set to 69. As far as I'm concerned, that's an invitation. So go ahead and fuck in the bathrooms. Go ahead. I am not single. I am engaged. Believe it or not. Yes. I can't be single anymore. I was 1 date away from being in Chris's trunk, so 1 date away. I've had some crazy dates. I mean, you just get tired of it. You're like, where did my panties go? Where am I waking up? I gotta stop having sex in comedy places. Like, this is just disgusting. I'm engaged to a man who, believe it or not, is whiter than I am. I know. We can't go out in public wearing white together. It sets the wrong mood. I know, he's paler than I am. He looks like a Victorian ghost, but that's how I like my men, to look anemic. It makes me feel powerful. Feels like I can throw him around a little bit. He's whiter than me, and when I first met him, I was a bit nervous. But you know, it's kind of like Russian roulette. either he could end up a senator or a serial killer. But either way, I was like, I get a documentary out of it. He's a bit pale, he's a bit white, to a point where I look at him and I'm like, I feel like you're stealing my pension for some reason. No, like I said, we are engaged and it's really exciting. And I'm excited to be married and I'm excited for the wedding and everything. The only part I'm really kind of nervous about in the wedding is the moment when all of our family members turn into horny perverts. You know the moment I'm thinking of. You know, it's like, kiss her. Your second cousins and impotent uncle want to watch you kiss. Don't worry about the hand in my pocket. I just want to see you kiss. Don't think my father-in-law wants us to play tonsil hockey. I figured that the best way to stop this madness was that if we were to just, first time it happens, just to make out hardcore, and I told him, I was like, I just want you to be sloppy about it. Make out with me. He's like, what, you want me to lick your face? And I was like, I want you to lick something, not my face. Like I said, I got lucky when I landed on him. Some of my dates were crazy. I once had a guy who walked up to me on a date, and he shook my hand like we were about to make a mortgage deal instead of a different kind of transaction. And immediately after shaking my hand, he was like, your skin is beautiful. Don't know if you've ever had that compliment. He said, your skin is beautiful. And I said, it's staying on my body tonight. Sir, it wouldn't look good as lampshades. It would stain. Once had a guy who I found out during the date that he's a Jehovah's Witness. He was nice. I felt like the whole time he was trying to convert me a little bit. If I was to swing a religious way, it wouldn't be Jehovah's Witness. They can't even eat birthday cake. And that's not the kind of frosting I like. So, the whole time, he's a really nice guy. The whole time he kept telling me he was nervous. So I was like, well, I want to make you feel comfortable. So how about I put the menu up in between us, and you can knock on the menu, and I can just pretend you're not there. All right, that's going to be all for me tonight. Thank you so much. Please welcome on stage Martin Schlesinger.
Thank you, everybody. We got any football fans in here? OH! Pardon? I understand that, but I ain't repeating it. I want to get to my car in one piece. So, anybody here got children? Yeah. Boys? Yeah. When I was a kid, my brother asked me when I got home from school, what's it like? What's the difference between playing high school football and town football? That, you really don't matter. It's going to show practice, just show up for the game. So I explained, when you get to high school, they want you to win. They don't care whether you get hurt. They want you to win. My father comes downstairs and says, if you two were the defensive line and I was the halfback, I scored a touchdown every time. So I looked at my brother, he looked at me, and we felt it was a gauntlet challenge. So he just threw that gauntlet challenge down like a plastic fork hitting the ground. And we looked at him and said, bring it on, old man. Well, if any of you have children, if your children called you old, man, woman, don't matter, it grates on you immediately. I know, it's happened to me. So my brother and I got down in a 3-point stance. Now, I'm not going to do it because I'm old. So that's when your 2 feet and 1 hand, either your right hand or your left hand. You only got 2. So touches at the guard. That's 3 points on the ground. So the 3 point stand. My brother was on my left, so I put my right hand down so I could look at him. And he put his left hand down so he could look at me. We didn't talk about it, we just did it. So my father turned around and said, well, who snaps the ball? And we went, you're the offense, you snap it. Old man. So he took off, he went hike and he took off. He took the first step toward us, and now, I forgot to tell you something. We're inside the house. Between the dining room and the living room. The living room has carpet. The dining room has hardwood floor. He took the second step toward us. My brother and I didn't smooth. We tightened our bodies. We were getting ready to tear him up. We looked, and as he took his third step, I screamed high, and my brother screamed low at the exact same time. We knew what we were going to do. We were going to send our father to the hospital. And as we took off, he dove. And we looked at each other. He's not in the Air Force. What's he doing off the ground? So we looked. We stayed there. We watched. His hand went over our heads, his shoulders, his chest, his belly, and then his hips came. And we looked at each other. Hips. The hips are coming. So we stood up. His hips caught us in the shoulder. My brother's the same height, same build as I was. He went from becoming a propeller to becoming a chainsaw. He flipped back, boom! Now, it wasn't a little boom. It was the beautiful chandelier that hung over the dining room table became a pendulum on a grandfather clock. The heavens above opened up, and a voice came down. What's going on down there? I looked at my brother and said, I didn't know Mom was home. Did you tell me? Why didn't you tell me Mom was home? Oh, I didn't know Mom was home. How can you not know? You were home all day. Well, I didn't know she was home. Well, what's going on down there? So we looked at our father on the ground, and he's lying there like the guy Sergeant Holka from the movie Stripes with Bill Murray. He's like, after he just got blown up, he's like, making all these crazy faces and noises. And I looked at him and said, you gonna answer her? And he looked at me, and my brother made the dumbest remark I ever heard. It's your wife. Who else's wives are gonna be up there? He called upstairs. I'm taking fine. I'm taking care of it. No problem, honey. And he looked at us. And guys, not one guy is gonna deny this. Every man, his father, has looked at him and said, with a look, I brought you into this world. I'm about to take you out. And he looked at us and said, I'm taking care of it. So we looked at him. We looked out into the invisible field, the invisible referees. We looked at the invisible fans. We looked that way. The back door was open to the house. We looked ahead, we looked down, and we did the only thing possible. Signal touchdown. Thank you very much for my time. And all right, everybody, give a big hand for Faith Mueller.
Hey, keep it going for Martin. Keep it going for everyone you've seen so far. For yourselves. So excited to be here. My name is Faith Mueller. I'm married. I've been married for 14 years. That's too many years. Because after 14 years, your husband feels like they can just say anything to you. You can just say anything to each other. I remember when I first got married, it was much sweeter. I remember I first got married, I had that horrible dream that we've all had, that like my husband was cheating on me. And I woke up so upset. It was like, Andrew, I dreamed you cheated on me and he was sorry, he would never do such a thing. I had that same dream last week.
I had a dream that you cheated on me. He didn't even look up from his computer. He just said, nice. Score Andrew. He cheered himself on for cheating on me in my dream. He high-fived himself, basically. What? I would have let it go. I wasn't even gonna say anything about it until a minute later he was like, well, what did she look like? What did she look like? She was pretty cute, actually. She's thin, she's young, Hispanic. He was like, that's pretty hot. I would have liked that. I was like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? You don't have to get so horny and weird about it. It was just a fucking dream. He finally looks up from his computer and looks me in the eye and he's like, you're right, it was just a dream. I was like, God damn, score Andrew. Ow! You are a savage. We have 2 little kids. I'm a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That is my official job. That is my official job title. My job starts at 6 a.m. every day, and then it ends whenever I finally die. I have great days. I'm like killing it, I'm doing all the right things. It's a great day, and I look up at the clock, and it is 10 a.m. That's it. I got 2 little kids, I got a daughter that's in school, and I got a toddler son. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of the little guy because he has been a pretty big vibe killer lately. He is a bummer. He has been doing this thing lately where he points to the mole on my face in public and calls it a nipple. Loudly. That nipple, mama? You got a nipple on your face? People are trying to sneak a look like, does this poor woman have a nipple on her face? Nipple. And he sits on my lap and he just like puts his finger on it and rubs it like it's his emotional support mole. I'm like, what the fuck, weirdo? Get a blanket. What's wrong with you? I think we mostly fixed it though because last week in Kroger, he pointed to my face and yelled loudly, that is not a nipple! That's a mole! We fixed it. Kids love to embarrass you so much. I was in the Target bathroom with my daughter in the stall and she yells out, Mommy, why don't you got underwear on? Where are your panties? Everybody in the bathroom is laughing, and I'm laughing because I think that it'll save me from dying of embarrassment. And I'm defending myself not for her benefit, but for everyone else's. I do have underwear. They're the same color as my pants. They're the same color as my pants. I do have underwear. And I was really offended by that because those are not my values. I always wear underwear. Some people are nasty and they'll tell you they don't wear underwear. And I'm like, that's great. You are cordially invited to never come to my house or touch any of my things. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Mueller. Keep that energy going for the very funny Nathan Alexander!
Thank you. Have you guys ever had a thought that was so dumb it made you think like, maybe I shouldn't be voting?
I was listening to an audiobook. I caught myself thinking, I wish this audiobook had subtitles. So I could read along. If you're still confused, those are books. They exist everywhere. Kind of a dumb guy. I think it's because I spend my time with a lot of dumb guys. Like, I was driving with my friend, and we go past this woman jogging, and she's with her dog. This dog has a beautiful gray Weimaraner. I go, whoa, look at the Weimaraner. And he says, yeah, she kind of bad, ain't she? I was like, what do you think we're talking about right now? He goes, I'm just agreeing with you. That jogger lady had an absolute Weimar on her. Kind of Weimar you can see from the front. I think people my age, like my generation, are gonna make really weird parents. Like, people seem really obsessed with their child's looks for some reason. Like, it's very important to them. I asked my friend, she just had a newborn niece. I go, how's your niece doing? She goes, oh, she is so cute. And that didn't answer my question. I asked, how's your niece doing? I did not ask, hey, so like, how's your niece doing? She ever like talk about me, or what's the deal? Oh, she can't talk yet? That's my bad, that's my bad. When I was little, my family moved to Saudi Arabia for a couple years. And it was kind of a culture shock, you know, like the food was different. We lived in the desert. Men would always try to buy my mom. You remember being a child? Yeah, so it's true. My mom's a white woman, which is pretty rare over there. Like, they're collector's items. These dudes would line up around the block. Like, we had a new iPhone or something. And they would just ask my dad, hey, how much for the wife? My dad would have to explain, sorry, she's actually not for sale. This piece just has a lot of like sentimental value. I don't even know why this one's on display, to be honest. My mom always handled this really well. She's a tough, strong woman, oldest of 9 kids from New York. She's so tough that she volunteered to coach my Little League baseball team back home in Boston, Massachusetts, all right, like Red Sox country. And this woman had the gall to name us the Yankees. We would take the field and get booed by our own father. We were the Boston Yankees. You guys like the Bengals, right? That's like if you name your child Ben Roethlisberger N-word. Both bad names. No, I think one of the positives though to dudes constantly trying to buy your mom. That they don't tell you about it, but I will. I was unbothered by your mom jokes growing up. Like, some kid would come up to me on the playground, like, hey dude, I was on a date with your mom last night. I was like, dude, I know what you get for an allowance, and she is so far out of your price range. Like, we've heard offers from Saudi Arabian royalty, men with multiple camels. How many camels do you have, Brandon? 0? 0 camels. You want to talk about my mom? How about you get your money up and we can revisit this next fiscal year? I think they got scholarships for broke dudes trying to waste my mother's time. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys want to follow me, I drive a blue Hyundai Accord. You guys ready for your next comedian? All right, keep it going for the very funny Lori Sharp Page. Keep it going, keep it going.
Oh my God, hi everybody. Feels so good to be up here. I can get this untangled. It's so nice to be the one who gets to talk for a change. My day job, they make me just listen to people all day long. It's all like talky, yada yada, and it's amazing how long people can go on about their feelings and relationships. Like, ugh. So I'm a psychotherapist. And that's why I'm so tickled to be the center of attention for 5 minutes. That feels really great to me. I would ask you how that makes you feel, but frankly, I don't care. This is my time. Right here, it's mine. Being a therapist is like a weird thing. It's a very strange thing. You'll be out at a party, and people want to know what you do.
And your husband will say, oh, she's a psycho therapist. You're like, that was weird. That was a really long pause, a rather lengthy pause. Seems like there might be something to unpack with that pause. But no matter how long the pause is, people usually have one of two reactions. The first is that they go as far away from me in the room as they possibly can, and they stay that way all night, but they keep me in their peripheral in case I sneak up to them and do some of that psychology mumbo jumbo and make them talk about their only weakness, their feelings. Or people get really, really excited and they want more information. They want to know, can I prescribe medications? Regrettably, I cannot. And it's amazing to me how many people look genuinely disappointed when I tell them that. Like, what did they think? I was just going to rip out the prescription pad and be like, this is great. We met at Go Bananas Pro-Am night. Totally legit. Here's your prescription. Go have fun. Like, what? Now, if you looked at me and you thought I would do that, you are exactly right. That is correct. That is exactly what I would do, and that is why I'm not allowed to prescribe. That's the reason. People will also ask me random questions about their health insurance. No, I don't know. And spoiler alert, no one knows. No one knows anything about health insurance, and that is the literal joke of this part of the bit. I do know one thing about health insurance. I know it's like good comedy. Some people just can't get it. And that's the problem. The other thing that people will want to do is they'll want to tell me about how they should maybe be a therapist. And what's always interesting about this is they come to me with some really meaningful story about something that they've overcome in their life that's really challenging. And that's beautiful and really important, but that won't make you a good therapist, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not about how well you tolerate your own chaos. It's about how well you tolerate the chaos of everyone else. And let me tell you, people are chaotic. Let me give you an example. One time, I had a client mace themselves in my office using my mace. Yeah. And now there's a local nonprofit that has a Lori law that says therapists can no longer carry mace. This is a wild job, y'all. Like, this is not a normal job. On my worst days, I fantasize about spreadsheets. Simple, adjustable, directable spreadsheets. Working with spreadsheets is the opposite of working with people. It's just the reality of the fact. And so if you've ever wondered what would it be like to be a therapist, just know it's the opposite of sitting alone all day working on spreadsheets. And if that doesn't sound so bad, you should definitely join us. I mean, the truth is that mental health is very real, and we need therapists more than ever. We really do. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. We need you. And I need you, because once this comedy thing takes off, I'm going to need some people to refer my caseload to. So thank you very much. That's my time on Lori Sharp Page. And I'm so excited to introduce the very funny Jeremiah Phillips.
How everybody doing tonight? Thank you for all the extra energy for all the black people over here. I really appreciate the love. Hopefully y'all can't tell, but I'm high as hell right now. Who all smoke weed in the house tonight? I like everybody over here. The rest of y'all are a bunch of fucking narcs. You look like you smoke weed, you just lying right now. But nah, one thing about me, I like to think of myself as a cannabis connoisseur, you know? Don't know what the fuck that means, but it sounds very fucking fancy. But like, I don't really get all the negativity about marijuana. I really don't get it, you know? Like, my parents, they don't really support my marijuana use, so I don't really get it. The main thing they always say is, you're gonna end up like your Uncle Terry. No, my Uncle Terry was a fucking cokehead. That motherfucker was high off cocaine, hitting the Running Man, having nosebleeds and shit. Me, I just hit the blunt, take a few bags of chips. That's not the same fucking thing. But nah. But nah, I used to smoke a lot when I was younger. Now, I kind of get my parents' frustration, you know. I was too young smoking, you know. But I was always scared of my mom. She was the disciplinarian. My dad, he ain't never do shit. That motherfucker was soft. You know? But like, when I first started smoking, I used to just, you know, puff and blow it out. Now, how you supposed to smoke? Puff, inhale, and blow it out. In my mind, I'm thinking, if I don't inhale, I don't get high, and if I don't get high, my mom don't whoop my ass. Hell nah. Still get high. Just like a fucking cop when you're smoking. But around the time when I turned 15, it was my big brother's birthday party. Now, they were more lenient, you know, we're siblings, you know. They found out I was smoking. I'm babysitting my nieces and nephews. I take them upstairs to get ready for school early. My brother opened the door. Said, hey, man, come here. For all the white people, man is me. That's my nickname. Black people have very basic nicknames. But he came to me and said, hey, little bro, you smoke? And I didn't answer right away. I thought that was a fucking trick question. You ain't about to set me up. Where the fuck mama at? I wasn't even high yet, and I was already paranoid. You'll think I was on first 48. But I ended up telling him, yeah, you know, he my favorite big brother. He ended up smoking. Now, like, once again, I just puff and blow it out. He looked straight at me and said, what the fuck was that? My mama ain't raised no bitch. Now, one thing about me, I'm like Marty McFly on Back to the Future. Calling me a bitch is like calling me a chicken. That's challenging me right now. My mama ain't never raised no motherfucking bitch. I snatched that blunt, he said, hit that shit until I say stop. I hit that shit, fucking good little 30 seconds. He said, stop. Inhale that shit like your fat ass using your inhaler. I inhaled that shit, I started coughing my lungs out. Now, I only smoke like little ass blunts, you know, half of it, put it out. Now, we smoking fat ass gorilla finger blunts, and it's like 6 of them in rotation with a whole bunch of motherfuckers I don't know. But it's fun, you know. We end up going inside the crib, it's like around, 10. Well, we all get a whole bunch of chairs together, because once again, it's a whole bunch of random motherfuckers in my sister's house. And now I'm getting a little nervous, but it's fun. We all hook up one time back, we all having a tournament. Now, out of nowhere, 4 more blunts get sparked up, and I didn't see no one roll them, no one light them up. They just happened to pop up. Smoking again. Now, you know when you smoke, you get the munchies. My sister made a whole bunch of food, you know. She made macaroni and cheese, greens, baked beans. She made cornbread and these fantastic strawberry cookies. I said, fuck all that. I'm gonna just eat half of the macaroni and cheese and leave everything else for everybody. So I ate half of a tray of macaroni and cheese. I pass out. I'm laying flat on my back, sleep on the floor. I rise up like the Undertaker and throw up everywhere. I mean, eyes rolling the back of my head, throwing the fuck up. Now, so my little sister was there with me. She helped me up off the ground. My sister get her friend to take me home. Now, I used to always act like I did not like my sister's friend. That was a fucking lie. I had the biggest crush on her. I was like 15, she was like 30. It was never gonna happen. It was never gonna happen, but I had hope. And I was spilling my heart out to her, looking fucking corny, you know, looking like Steve Urkel talking to Laura. I ended up going home now. Context about me, I sleep in my underwear. I'm taking my clothes off, it's like 12 o'clock at night, it's a school night. I get in my bed, go to sleep, I wake up. My little sister ended up waking me up. I got my pants down on my ankles, face down, ass up, scared as fuck. She recording all of it. Embarrassing as hell, I know. But that's all my time here tonight. Hey, thank you for being the major crowd. Hey, let me introduce our next comedian tonight. Put your hands together for Dylan Reed, everybody. Come on.
This is intimidating as fuck. So Jeremiah, right? Right? Good shit. No, well, I'm really saying that because he's wearing my favorite Reds player of all time. He's wearing Brandon Phillips jersey, right? Fucking go! For the city, baby! Yeah, we have another pretty good second baseman. He needs to get his ass back out there. That's Jonathan India, by the way, if anyone's curious. So, I consider being super fucking nervous coming up here, right? But then something profound dawned on me, right? Fuck it. Fuck it! We're on a fucking spinning rock, floating through space, and I'm up here tonight to make your nights a little bit more enjoyable. And that in itself is pretty fucking awesome. Is it not? Right on. Because, you know, we're all on the same pursuit, are we not? The age-old pursuit of happiness. You know? And I gotta say, happiness in itself is quite a funny thing when you really think about it. Penis. Right? No? Okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta find the root word. The root is the base. Alright, whatever. I mean, come on, don't shaft me on that one. I'm already feeling a little testy. No? Okay. Alright, well anyway, I want to gauge the vibe of the crowd a little more. So what better way to do that than with people's music preferences, right? Yeah, let's go, hell yeah. You're not gonna like this first one, I don't think, but how many Taylor Swift fans we got out there? Fuck yeah, Swifties, let's go! She just tore up the stage in Cincinnati, for real though, you know, she's crushing it and shit. But yeah, that makes sense because I knew you were trouble when you walked in. A little throwback for you, come on. But I will say, you know, it is comforting to know that karma is a cat living in my lap because it loves me. I'll elaborate with that later on. But anyway, one thing I can say for sure is it has damn sure been a cruel summer. Right? Hot as shit! Come on! But yeah, no, it's been getting cooler recently, which is nice. Because, you know, the other night I was outside and it was like, actually kind of chilly. And I looked up at the sky and it was maroon. Swifties, bullshit. You fucked up here. Good grief, thought you had my back. That's fucked up. Alright, so let's take a hard left here. How many Kid Rock fans we got in the house tonight? Yeah, motherfucker! Y'all drinking Budweiser? Some Busch lattes? That's what I'm talking about. You know, you can stop at the 2-drink minimum. Like, you don't have to go over it. But, you know, feel free, because I am. But yeah, no, I used to bob with the bob. Right? I used to bob with the bob, dang, you know what I mean? Rest of that shit, yeah, for sure. All summer long, motherfuckers. Right? Yeah, I mean, because that's what you do when you're an American badass. Only God knows why. A cowboy. That's what he does. Alright, I'm gonna fucking scratch that one for sure. Alright, but on a serious note, let's get serious for a second. How many R. Kelly fans we got out there? Ooh. What, did something happen? What the fuck? Like, damn. You're part of my childhood. Oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, some people believe they can fly. They believe they can touch the sky. But in his case, he should have stopped there. He kept touching things and pissing in the wrong directions. And that shit did not work out well for him, right? I mean, it's like, you did it. You touched the sky. You're the world's greatest. But, yeah. I mean, the thing about the pissing, you know, I mean, there are, that's not how I planned to say that, by the way. There are urinals literally everywhere, right? Like, I was in McDonald's the other day. Sure enough, I walked in the bathroom, saw 3 urinals right there. And you're gonna tell me there wasn't a McDonald's right near you, Kels? All those times? This is fucking America. There's Mickey D's on every corner. Like, why don't you walk through there next time you get an urge and throw your golden arches in the right place? Yeah. Alright. Shit. Oh, man. Yeah, this would take much longer than I thought. Anyway, let me wrap this up. Fucking, here's my cheat sheet. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I mean, the next time you're feeling down or just enjoying your life, just remember something real quick. Happiness itself sounds like happiness. And look at things a bit differently. You might discover some fun new reasons to laugh more often. I've been Dylan Reed, and you all have been the actual world's greatest. Have a good night. Next up, the very funny Cat West.
Thank you, sir. Half these comedians don't know each other. They're all like just lying in between, or just conjecture. I hope they're funny. Trying to bring the energy in. I don't want to get too political with you guys, but I do have a confession to make. I've abandoned a lot of children. Sons. They were adult men, but I was their mommy. I sure was. Sometimes people are like, ooh, mommy. It's not hot, okay? When you're the mommy in a relationship dynamic, it's not hot. You're not like a cool mom, right? You're like the we've got food at home mom, right? The like, I'm disappointed in you, mom, right? Hypercritical, controlling. Oh God, we don't need to get into my own mommy issues now. Yeah, and I have something that I have to tell all the women here who are maybe here with a partner, or you ever had a guy. If you ever introduced him to the concept of face wash, you're at least a little bit his mommy, okay? If you're the only reason that he washes his face, you can now celebrate with Mother's Day. You actually are, you're allowed to go to his mom and say, you're welcome. I finished it up for you here. Yeah. It's not a fun dynamic, so I've been trying this new thing where I'm my own mommy. Crazy. And it's been weird going back out into public as a single person, and I've been just like grappling with my sexuality, and I've come to the really disappointing conclusion that I'm straight. It's really sad. I know. I give off my intention with my vibe is like the friendly lesbian bee chant. Like I'm trying to just put you at ease, make you feel comfortable. Don't even worry about it. I probably won't fuck you. That's just the vibe I'm trying to give off in general. As I just did for 3 minutes, gave you so many red flags. I do not need to be dating right now. I need to be my own mommy, right? So I'm quite aware of like the vibe that I give off, and it's intentional because like men cannot be trusted with the automatic knowledge of my sexual orientation or of a woman's sexual orientation, right? You like see a woman in a dress, most men are like, that was for me. Thank you, young lady. And then it's all ruined. And then it wasn't worth it at all anymore to put the titties out. But I will say, men are so, like, I see so many dudes that are like on the brink a little bit. And have you ever seen a woman with because when women have very large breasts, they know it, right? Have you ever seen a woman who's just proudly doing it? She's got like 2 or 3 inches of cleavage. and you're like, I think that you've saved lives with those titties. I think some men have been on the brink, and then they were like, okay, all right. I'll wait for another second. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. That's why, again, I question my sexuality, but really women are just way more interesting to look at. You look at a dude's clothes and you're like, he put on a shirt. You look at a woman's clothes and you're like, you crafted that. Or you're like, you just didn't even care. Oh, that's so cool, right? Men, it's just a shirt. It's clean. Maybe it has a collar. Like maybe there's a pattern. Okay, you guys have been great. My name is Kat West. Next up, thank you. Next up, we have Rob Wentz. Very, very funny. I've never seen him.
We never even fucking met, man. What the hell? What's up? Go Bananas. How you motherfuckers doing? We doing good tonight? Ready to have some fun? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. You guys ever see like a homeless guy with a girlfriend? That's a bummer when you're single, isn't it? That's not fun to look at. Like, you're getting pussy in a Kroger parking lot? What the fuck is going on here? You got a dog? What the fuck? I'm paying $1,500 for a one-bedroom apartment. This guy's got half a family. I'm gonna kill myself. The hell is this shit? I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. You ever get so lonely you start looking up average-looking women porn? I just want one that looks like I could fuck them. You know what I mean? I'm sick of all these hot bitches. Show me some fat ones. Give me someone with some meat on the bone, you know? That's what I like. You're a tough little cookie to crack. Tough little cookie. I don't know if you identify as a man or a woman, but you look like you give a hell of a blowjob, my friend. You look like you could suck a dick, bud! That's what it looks like. Don't turn away, you look me in the face! That's why it's good, the eye contact. You look like if you sucked his dick, you'd change his politics. He ain't MAGA no more, you know what I mean? You look like you can make him vote for Joe goddamn Biden, son. You know what I mean? Look at him and tell me don't look like you suck little. Come on, don't look at me like that. She does not like me right now. But he looks like he gives better head than you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But you could maybe eat some really great pussy, so I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? We're just having fun. These are all just jokes. You're a good sport. Talk to you later. You didn't just put on a shirt. You came and you fucking served, queen. Love it. Yes, bitch. I'm new to the South. I live in Nashville. I just moved to the South. One thing I've noticed about the South is every city in the South seems like they're trying to be progressive, but has no idea how to be progressive. You know what I mean? I saw a bathroom sign the other day that said, he, she, they, me. Could have just put bathroom, you know what I mean? Saves all a little bit of time. I'm dyslexic. There are too many E's in a row on that door for me. Just looked like M's. I was like, I'm gonna shit my pants if you don't let me in here. I'm gonna shit in this room. Let me in! Daddy got poopy. You know? I'm dyslexic as fuck, dog. I'm so dyslexic I used to get Santa and Satan confused. Which made Christmas fucking weird. They're like, Santa's coming to town. I'm like, not my town. I'll shoot that red bastard. I'll fuck you up, bud. We carry where I'm from. But then Satan showed up with some pretty good gifts. I was like, I don't see what the hubbubaloo is. This guy's pretty cool. You know? He's an all right guy. I went on a hike the other day, because that's what white people do. Just trying to find more land to colonize, you know? Just at the state park, like, damn, a Macy's would be cool here, wouldn't it? The hell's all this land do? Fuck these trees, I want a strip mall. What the fuck? What's going on here, you know? I went on a hike, I went on a hike, and at the trailhead of the parking lot, there was a sign for handicap parking. At the hiking trail. The fuck are those guys doing up there? I'm not saying you can't go on a hike, but this is where your privilege ends, bud. You don't need a special parking space. You're about to roll like 4 miles. I think you can figure this out. A couple extra spaces isn't gonna hurt you. It really makes sense. You roll everywhere else you want. The trailhead, no more, my friend. I'm poor. Anybody else poor in here? I love when someone's like, it's me, bitch! Poor as hell! I'll see you at Walmart, buddy. I'm poor. I work in the service industry. I work in I'm a bartender and a server, and everybody was bitching the other day at work about how little we get paid, you know. And they're like, man, they pay us slave wages, fucking slave wages. And I don't think you understand how slavery works. No wages at all, actually. That was a big part of that war, yeah. You know? I like to smoke weed. Anybody smoke weed in here? All right, that's how most people do. They're like, yeah, man. Me. I do. I was smoking weed the other day, and I had a really good time, and then I got the light, so I got the fuck off stage like a professional. You guys have been awesome. Give a round of applause for yourselves for being here. Are you guys ready for your next comic? Make some noise. Are you guys ready for your next comic? All the way from Washington State, give it up for Ryan motherfucking McComb.
Rob Wentz, ladies and gentlemen. Clap it up for that guy. Yeah, man, I drove all the way from Nashville with that guy today, so it's been a long day. A long 4.5 hours with that guy in the passenger seat. Please take him home. I do not want to drive home with that guy. What's up? We drove through construction on the way here, and they had those signs up. They were like traffic fines double in work zones. I read that, and I'm like, all that means is that traffic fines in non-work zones are half off. I would be an idiot not to take advantage of these deals. So we got up here pretty quick. I moved to Nashville from Washington State. I moved down. My girlfriend, my dog Cleo, and I. Cleo, she's like a little 7-pound little rescue. I'm a hero. It's no big deal. I had to take Cleo to the vet because like her teeth were getting rotten and like her breath started smelling really bad. Like her breath got to the point where I couldn't even open mouth kiss her anymore, you know? We got a bunch of cat people here tonight. Is that what it is? I used to be a cat person, and then I got a dog. And I gotta tell you guys, their tongues are way softer, man. They are, you can really get in there, really. No, but Cleo's teeth were messed up. So I took Cleo to the vet, and the vet examined her, and the vet goes, she's got a classic case of little dog mouth. We're gonna have to make some extractions, right? So I said, well, she's not gonna be like one of those dumb dogs, like with her tongue hanging out of the side of her face all the time, is she, right? I thought I was making a joke. Turns out I was asking a pretty legitimate question. Because the vet got that serious, like, doctor look in his eyes. He's like, we're gonna try everything we can to keep that tongue in that mouth, am I right? So we scheduled surgery for the extraction. Surgery did come. She's there all day. I go pick her up afterwards, and I'm talking to the vet tech about how to take care of her. The vet tech, she goes, you know, Cleo's in some pain. She had 23 teeth removed, so just give her 2 of these pills a day. I go, 23 teeth? Were you putting more in just to take them out again? Do I owe you teeth? What is happening right now? How is this possible? Cleo was doing good. We took her to the pet store on the way home to get her some soft food and a treat for being such a brave girl. And while I'm at the pet store, the card reader there has the nerve to ask me if I would like to donate to help a homeless animal in need. The nerve. I'm like, excuse me, this formerly homeless pet just had $1,300 of teeth removed. I would actually like to make a withdrawal if that's possible. Can I do that? She's doing fine though. We just moved down here like a year ago. We're living in a house. We rent a house. I haven't lived in a house in a long time. Like I've been living in apartments. So we rent a house now and I act like I own the house all the time. I walk around and I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm thinking about putting up a shed in the backyard. She's like, well, our lease is up in December, so maybe cool it on the shed till. I walk around like I own the house. The only time I don't is when solicitors show up to sell me like a new security system. When solicitors show up, I'm the most rentery renter that has ever rented. I open the door, I go, hey, I'm Ryan, I rent. I'm actually moving out tomorrow, actually, believe it or not. Unless you're selling moving boxes, I am not interested. They're like, we're Mormons. I'm like, I'm moving so far away, dude. You have no idea. I'm gone. We got a big backyard at the place, and it's sick. Cleo loves the backyard, and I did too, until I realized that when I rent a house, I'm the one that has to take care of the lawn. I've been living in apartments, and I forgot that yard work is a thing that has to happen. I'm doing yard work for free on a house that I do not own. I'm doing pro bono yard work on someone else's house, and it's one of the worst ways to spend a weekend that has ever been invented. Okay. I'm not even doing it for free. I had to buy a lawnmower to take care of the house. I bought one of those like electric battery-powered lawnmowers. A lot of people are giving me a lot of shit about it, but it's great. Because I get out there and I mow for like 25 or 30 minutes, and then the battery dies, and I am done mowing the lawn. It's incredible, dude. The first couple times I went out there and I mowed, I would walk back in and my girlfriend would be like, you're already done out there? I'm like, babe, you have no idea how bad I want to be out there right now. This thing's got to recharge, so I'm going to have like 7 beers and play some Madden, and then I'll be right back. Gas-powered lawnmowers are for guys that want the lawn to be done. Electric lawnmowers are for guys that want to be done with the lawn. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it is. We've been looking for a new place to rent. My girlfriend, she wants to live in like a nice house, and I'm a comic, so not really possible. We have to get like a nice house in a bad neighborhood. Like we have to be the first people to gentrify a neighborhood, which is not, you never want to be the first. She'll be like, hello neighbors. So we've been looking at nice houses in bad neighborhoods. This one rental, there was a realtor there showing off the house, and she goes, the house is great, and I go, what's the neighborhood like? And she goes, well, I'm a realtor, so it's not really my job to know neighborhoods. I'm like, oh, this is the worst neighborhood that's ever been invented, man. We gotta move though. I live in Nashville, in this neighborhood. There's like this shopping center called Nipper's Corner, and that is what we live by, and I can't have that anymore. That's the reference point for my home as a place that sounds like Nipples Corner, and I cannot have it. I'm embarrassed, dude. It's so embarrassing. Like, friends will ask me, like, what area of town I live in, and I'm like, I'm not really sure. There's like a Walmart and like a McDonald's. And they go, oh, Nipper's Corner? And I'm like, I'm just a comic. It's not really my job to know neighborhoods. Hey, I'm Ryan McComb. Enjoy the rest of the night, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you.
Hey, guys, keep your hands together for all the comics you guys have seen. Keep your hands together for yourselves. You guys have a great night? All right, follow us on Instagram. We'll be at the Bell and the Bear later. Everybody get home safe.